Fellow citizens, as we build our new multi-council participatory democracy, we are committed to safeguarding the rights and well-being of every individual in our society. This includes protecting you from all forms of abuses of power, regardless of the context or the individuals involved. We recognize that power imbalances can arise in various settings, not just within law enforcement, but in workplaces, schools, healthcare facilities, religious institutions, and even within families and social circles. Therefore, each of our 9 councils has developed targeted initiatives to address and prevent abuses of power within their respective areas of expertise, collaborating with 4 other councils to ensure a comprehensive and multifaceted approach. 1. Technology Council. Regulating Philosophy Council. We will develop an AI ethics auditor to continuously monitor philosophical discourse, ensuring ethical AI development and implementation within the philosophical domain. Investigates Medical Council. We will utilize wearable health monitoring devices to detect signs of mistreatment or neglect and create secure channels for patients to report concerns anonymously. Analyzes Anthropology Council, collaborating on cultural sensitivity algorithms to identify biases in digital communication and ensure cultural respect. Resolves Education Council, partnering to create virtual reality ethics training simulations for ethical decision making in various scenarios. 2. Anthropology Council regulates. Environment Council. We will implement cultural impact assessment protocols to evaluate the social and cultural consequences of environmental policies preventing cultural harm. Investigates. Textile Council. We will employ blockchain-based supply chain tracking to ensure fair labor practices and ethical sourcing in the textile industry. Analyzes Medical Council, collaborating on health equity algorithms to identify disparities and biases in healthcare access and treatment. Resolves Security Council. We will develop community policing programs that are culturally sensitive and responsive to diverse community needs. 3. Security Council regulates. Technology Council. We will conduct regular audits of AI systems to prevent misuse for surveillance or control and establish guidelines for ethical facial recognition technology use. Investigates. Architecture Council. We will create a building safety commission to investigate unsafe building practices and ensure compliance with safety codes. Analyzes Textile Council. We will collaborate on predictive analytics for counterfeit goods to protect intellectual property rights and prevent economic harm. Resolves Environmental Council. We will partner to establish environmental crime units focusing on investigating and prosecuting environmental crimes. 4. Education Council regulates. Security Council. We will create independent oversight boards to review complaints against law enforcement and ensure accountability. Investigates. Philosophy Council. We will investigate claims of academic censorship and promote open access to diverse philosophical perspectives. Analyzes Environmental Council. We will collaborate on environmental literacy programs to educate students on environmental issues and stewardship. Resolves Anthropology Council. We will work together to resolve conflicts arising from cultural misunderstandings or misappropriation in educational settings, promoting inclusivity. Medical Council regulates Architecture Council. We will conduct health and safety inspections of buildings and public spaces to ensure they meet standards and protect individuals from harm. Investigates Security Council. We will collaborate to investigate reports of abuse by security personnel, providing medical expertise and ensuring victims receive care. Analyzes Education Council. We will assess the impact of educational policies on student well-being and mental health, advocating for supportive and inclusive learning environments. Resolves Philosophy Council. We will collaborate to address ethical dilemmas in healthcare, such as end-of-life decisions and resource allocation, ensuring patient autonomy and informed consent. 6. Environment Council regulates Textile Council. We will establish sustainability standards for the textile industry, promoting eco-friendly practices and minimizing environmental impact. Investigates Technology Council. We will monitor the development and use of technologies that could have environmental consequences, advocating for sustainable and eco-friendly alternatives. Analyzes Architecture Council. We will collaborate to assess the environmental impact of building designs and urban planning, promoting sustainable and resilient infrastructure. Resolves Medical Council. We will work together to address the health impacts of environmental issues such as pollution and climate change, and advocate for policies that protect public health. 7. Philosophy Council regulates Anthropology Council. We will develop ethical guidelines for cultural research and exchange, preventing cultural appropriation and promoting respectful engagement with diverse cultures. Investigates Environmental Council. We will investigate claims of environmental injustice, ensuring that environmental policies do not disproportionately harm marginalized communities. Analyzes Security Council. We will examine the ethical implications of security practices and policies, ensuring they uphold human rights and prioritize nonviolent conflict resolution. Resolves Textile Council. We will work with the Textile Council to address ethical concerns related to labor practices, consumerism, and the environmental impact of the fashion industry. 8. Textiles Council regulates Medical Council. We will establish safety standards for textiles and clothing to protect consumers and workers from harmful materials and manufacturing processes. Investigates Education Council. We will investigate and address instances of bullying, discrimination, or harassment related to clothing and appearance in educational settings. Analyzes Philosophy Council. We will collaborate to explore the ethical implications of fashion trends and marketing, promoting body positivity, diversity, and inclusivity. Resolves Architecture Council. We will work with architects and designers to create inclusive spaces that accommodate diverse clothing choices and cultural expression. 9. Architecture Council will continue in Part 2.